Hey everybody, welcome back to Frank's Homestead. So I picked up this welding equipment from a friend of mine. Hasn't been running years, and I'm going to see if I can get it going. I don't know if it works or if it doesn't work, and he wasn't sure either. So I'm going to go through everything just to see if it works, and then we'll test it on some welding. So this welder came with this cart to put the welder on, and then I've got a tank of gas. This is argon, non-flammable gas. Got pressure gauge, and then this Craftsman fan-cooled wire feed welder. Looking at it, looks like the ground's in pretty good shape. This is the tube for the tank. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Cord end, ground is in good shape. That's good. Looks like the wire feed, pretty good shape. Needs to be cleaned up, new tip on it. Trigger looks good. All the wires look in good shape, nothing's torn. Look inside. Looks like the wire's in pretty good shape yet. Not too oxidized. It looks like it's probably 0.24 in diameter. Take a look at the roller right here, see what it looks like. Doesn't look like it's too worn out, but we won't know until we try it. Everything's tight. That feels good. Well, first thing I'm going to do is tighten all these loose nuts and bolts on this cart so I can use the cart. Well, fortunately it came with some newer tips. That's good. So I'm just going to empty everything off of this. Any washers and everything that's on here. See what I can salvage. I've got Allen wrench. Never throw anything away. Well, that's good. Looks like it came with some 0.24 tips and some 0.30. 0.30 is the biggest wire that this welder will handle. That's up to 3/16 inch steel that you can weld with it. I think my friend said this welder had been sitting in his shop for about 5 or 6 years, unused. Definitely don't think that's very secure. Nothing I'd want to roll around on a daily basis with it all hooked up with the gauges and everything. Don't think it would stay there. This is more of a parking unit. So I have an outlet just right over here on this post, and this is where we're going to test it. Should have a label on the other side tell me what size gauge wire this is. And it's the 0.23 inch. Okay. Okay, so I kinked the wire while I did that, which is fine. I'm going to re-thread it. Just going to pull it till I get to that kink. Alright, there it is. Yeah, I found a new tip that was on that cart. It's an 0.23 tip. I think I'll clean this one up and use that. Looks a little better shape. I just got to move it to the cart. All right, let's hook up the gauge. Let's see how many pounds this has in the tank. Oh, it's pretty good. It's like 1,000. Well, that's good. One less thing I gotta buy. Okay. It's got some recommended settings. 024. Well, with the wire I've got, looks like we'll just go with the D7, I think. D5's for 030 wire, 024, D7. Just as a place to start. Oh, make sure it's on D. Put that on 7. Good place to start. All right. Well, it turned on. Let's see if this feeds. Seems to feed good. Okay, we're gonna do a little test. Well, I've got my good welding helmet at work. But it's a little dusty, but it'll work for what I'm doing. Same with the gloves. Been sitting a while. Make sure there's no spiders in there. All right, let's see what we got. And I've got nothing. So I had no power going through. So now I gotta figure out why. Well, I can't tell if the fuse is good. So I'll test it with my meter. I don't see anything that's obvious right off the bat. Without doing a lot of testing, I don't know if it's worth it or not. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to switch the wires over here and try it without the gas and see what happens that way. Maybe there's something wrong with it. Let's find out. So according to these instructions down here, if I want no gas, I need to switch these. This is with gas, this is with no gas. The ground with this one should be over here. And this one, which goes to the lead, is over there. Okay, that'll be good enough for now. Let's see if this works. So as you can see, after a little bit of tinkering and troubleshooting, I did get it to weld. And how I figured that is what I did is well, let me show you on the side here. So I tested a couple things, made sure that the bridge was okay, and we had power coming from these units down here. I'm not sure what they're called. I'm not that kind of mechanic. But everything was working good. Everything looked good. Everything had the right voltage and so on. So then what I did is I took off the welding wire lead, took it all apart inside here, took it out, and then there's a wire. Let me show you this. So inside that lead, you can see back there a little bit of a coil wire where the wire from the spool is going into it. Well, that goes the whole length of the wire. And so I just made sure it was okay and in good shape, not broken anywhere. And that seemed to be okay. So then I took the gun apart and I've kind of narrowed it down that it's the trigger. I may have to try and locate and get another trigger for it. After I put it all back together, then I got some welding out of it. But as you can see, it's real sporadic. It doesn't look good at all. It's hard to keep the bead going and flowing because it just wants to stop putting the wire through the line. And then you just squeeze it a little harder and then it starts going again. So I'll check a couple other things and see if that's what the problem is. Okay, so as you can see, got a pretty good weld now. Did some more troubleshooting. And as silly as I feel, what it came down to after I went back through it is this tensioner right here. And what this does, you tighten it down and it puts pressure between these two wheels here where your wire is at, which causes it to flow more evenly. And that was my problem. Feel a little silly about it, but it is what it is, and it seems to all be working pretty good now. Now it's just a matter of dialing this machine in, see what it can do. Yeah, anyway, that was fun. Well, there you have it. Get a welder for free, do a little bit of troubleshooting, go through the steps, and now I got a welder. Thanks for watching.